All right, we'll call the meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Dan Horn.
Larry Hokenettle.
Scott Meredith.
Eva Karlstrom.
Dwayne Woodhurst Sloat.
Jerry Ogburn.
Posting of the agenda was
On April 3rd at 4:30.
minutes. Do I have an approval on the minutes, please?
I make a motion to approve the minutes of March 11th.
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? Minutes approved. Communications. Any public comments? 3-minute limit. No public comments. Any written communications? No written communications. Reports from the board.
No, nothing at this time.
No reports? Staff reports.
Well, I guess it's sort of a report. I have a request. I've been fielding some complaints lately, coincidentally, from former board members, VillageFest board members, about perhaps some of the vendors that are in the event now may or may not be fully qualified under the VillageFest rules and regulations. And number two, basically a staff issue with spacing of a couple of food vendors. And it's kind of an ongoing, the specific two food vendors in question are NYPD Pizza and Livraries. And we went through a situation where we had to move NYPD, and now Livrary feels that they're too close. And staff doesn't necessarily agree with that. There may be some adjustment in order, but where we would feel, and to back up, they've gotten the city manager involved and all that. And I guess and Elaine's kind of on the hot seat, and as am I. And I thought it would be helpful this Thursday night. Elaine and I plan to walk the event. If we could have, one or two, or all of it if you want. Can't have only two, okay, Brown Act. Only two of you join us if you would be available to walk the event and kind of give us we can give you sort of our comments, and you give us your comments, and see how we, I think when we did it last time, we found that the vendor performance was pretty good. I mean, I don't think we had a couple of things we picked on, but and I just keep hearing this, and it's like, well, okay, maybe it's time to do another review. And in fact, perhaps, first of all, most important, if we could have one or two board members go with us this Thursday night, and thought possibly if you felt comfortable, we might invite Tracy Heller to go with us, because he's the one that's complaining, and it's consistently to a council member. And I just don't feel comfortable being in a situation where he's saying one thing and I'm saying something different. And maybe if he would walk with us, if you felt comfortable with that, we could see where his problems are and what he's communicating to city council members, and maybe where he may not be fully informed, or he may see something we don't. So that's kind of a proposal to kind of deal with, number one, the overall review all the vendors in terms of the product mix, the quality, and the whole presentation of booths and all that. And number two, to look at these two specific food vendors and determine a consensus. Well, are they well spaced or aren't they? So that's the request.
All right, sounds reasonable. I'd like to accompany you on that. And I think Tracy would be a good asset to have with us. And we could get right to the root of the problem and not be guessing what he's complaining about.
All right.
So
I agree.
if we could coordinate that with Tracy and
I'll call him.
And whoever else, whatever other board member wants to.
Then his issues could be addressed directly with us there, and it could just be taken care of.
Yeah, because it's just sort of a general thing. Well, boy, there's just some problems out there. I keep asking him what they are. I say, well,
Yeah.
So
I'd be happy to go.
Okay.
Yeah, because a lot of
Someone else
times
wants to.
we are, we oversee a lot of these things because we're looking for other problems, and so it's good to have an outside eye.
Yeah.
that's, seeing things we don't see and bringing it to our attention.
What time would you like to do this on Thursday night?
10:30.
That's way past my bedtime. And there may not be, all the vendors may not be there.
Yeah, well, what's usually everybody's pretty well set up by 6:30. They're so I don't know what 7
7?
is.
Is that
Yeah,
is
7's good for me because I usually have all that.
And you're
electricity.
finished with all of
Yeah.
your 7:30. So
7's good
Okay.
because
7's
we're
good?
going to need
Okay.
to do every block.
right, yeah.
So-
So we'll need time. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So it's
And we'll just
7 o'clock.
meet there at the VillageFest booth, and then we'll make the rounds from there. Is that
Okay. So, who's the second person? Scott?
Yes.
Okay.
I guess the other question I have is, I understand that there was only one applicant for the VillageFest board. And of course, that's not gonna make it, because we don't know the qualifications of that one applicant. And assuming they're qualified and so on, they get appointed, it's fine, but that still leaves us short. And I'm wondering if any of you as board members or general public, if you know of someone that might be interested in applying for VillageFest, to encourage them to do so. I guess one issue that came up is perhaps the meeting time might not be convenient for a lot of people. 3:30, 4 o'clock on a Tuesday, that may be, but I'm also concerned that if we have vendors come in from out of town, that if we have an evening meeting, that they're real late getting back home. So I've always felt that this was kind of a good
Right.
meeting time, but that may not be the case. How do you feel? You feel that this is a poor time, or would be a better time for?
Well, I think this is a good time because, like you say, the issue with the vendors, then if we approve people that day, they still have time to get their
Mhm.
business license right down the hall here before 5 o'clock. Then they don't have to drive all the way back
Right.
to get their license before they could,
Okay.
participate.
So
I
you
think
think
this is a fair time.
keep it?
That's my opinion. But I'm in a position in my business that I could take off when I want to get here. So a
Yeah.
lot of people, if they're, working in a retail store, they may not be able to get off. That could be an issue also.
Yeah.
So that's just, my view of it, because my time frame is pretty well. Make my own
Besides, we
schedule.
wouldn't want to give up our primetime TV slot.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
But, well, that was kind of my feeling, is the end of the day, 3:30, 4 o'clock is a good time for most business people to, occasionally get off. But I would personally hate to see it go to the evening, because then I think you really get tied up with other
Yeah.
boards and commissions.
Right. And a lot of these people are driving from Los
Yeah.
Angeles or Orange County, and it's just a tough round trip for
Well,
them.
if any of you have suggestions or people that you might think of that would be, and I know in your daily routines that you come in contact, I will certainly try to do it as well. But just get the word out that, it's not a big, it is a time commitment, but it's something that we need to have, a good qualified board as we have now. We need a fifth member, but it's very important to the community to keep the quality of the event up, to have
Yeah.
qualified board members.
Yeah. Now, I know that Jackie was asking me about it. What would her qualifications be? Has it been a year?
It has been a year, hasn't it? I mean,
I think so. It'll be a year
yeah,
this summer.
she
'cause
could
it was last
be
year.
reappointed at this point, and I think
Yeah.
she's interested.
Yeah, because, the last time I talked to her, she is,
Yeah.
screaming me about it, but, I don't know how interested that really is.
Well, she had mentioned
think
it to
she
me
would.
about, even before the year was up, of coming on and, coming as a consultant to the board to
Right,
review
that's how
things.
she put it to me also, as a consultant, because she knew we were shorthanded.
Yeah, but I don't feel that's necessarily the best way to go, is because, you need to have 5 voting board members.
Right,
And one thing we
Right.
have talked about is loosening up the requirements so that we don't have to have specifically a jeweler position on the board. That's always seemed to be the hardest to fill, but try to find people that have a good background in jewelry.
Yeah.
We do have it is important we have fine arts, and we have craft, people, and you have you're sort of across the board and have experience in jewelry as well as other things. So perhaps it's not as important as it once was. We felt to have a jeweler on the board specifically.
Yeah, but I think she was pretty well all around,
Yeah, she
you know,
was.
with the other products besides jewelry.
Right.
I think that, and with her experience too, would be
I mentioned
good to
it
have.
Yeah, I mentioned to Al Scott a couple of times, and he laughed. So anyway, he was only on for 10 years or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Any more staff reports?
Nope.
Any public reports? No public reports. All right. So then at this time, we'll start our applications for consideration and review. When we call your name, come up and stand up over here, talking to the microphone, and just put your items on the table. If you are approved, you could, before 5 o'clock, go down the hall to the clerks and get your paperwork in order that you'll need, so you won't have to come back. And so at that point, we'll start calling our vendors up. Arena Food.
Good afternoon.
Hi.
Hello.
I did bring a picture with me of what we were proposing. There's a few copies on this side.
So you handle the tramway,
The tram
is
with
what
the
you do?
The restaurant at the top of the tram,
Okay.
yes. And what we were proposing to do was mainly just informative, to inform people about the top of the tram, pictures, menus. We wanted to promote both obviously we are centered on the restaurant, but we'd be promoting the tram with their with their counter cards, the ones that you see all over the valley. And then we were gonna have some special ones made up for us based on the approval that we were in. So there's a lot of things slated. That is the basic design for our booth. There's gonna be much nicer signage than what you see right there behind the gentleman. But again, that was based on approval, because we're going for the very professional looking signage.
So you're not actually gonna sell food, you're just gonna have samples?
Yes.
Is what,
We get quite a few compliments on a regular basis on our ribs, so we figured that would be a best item to put out as just a taster, so that there'd just be one rib to each person, everything is disposable, which is how we went ahead and got the approval with the health department. So, but we will be selling nothing. It'll be informative and just a tasting.
would they be sponsored? What's,
It could be a sponsor. Well, I mean, it's a quasi-public entity, really.
yeah,
Nonprofit,
It
isn't
could be a nonprofit. I think it'd be more appropriate as a nonprofit. There's certainly going to be an advantage as far as promoting the tourism of the community as a tourism. I mean, I'm looking at it, they're not selling anything here. They're really promoting their food as another way to get more people to go up the
right.
tram, basically.
Opposed to passing out
Yeah. flyers.
brochures or
Yeah.
passing out ribs.
Yeah.
They're gonna pass out brochures too, they
Trying to
said.
hit
Yeah.
them through the stomach instead of through their eyes.
Yeah, show how good it really is. Yeah, but they're not a nonprofit.
The restaurant entity is not a
It's not a
Yeah.
nonprofit.
No,
Yeah.
it's a separate
Tram
entity. It is
is.
a corporation.
The tramway is.
Isn't the tram? It's a,
Well, the Trammer is a public entity. You know,
Right, it's owned by
a
the
public
state.
authority.
Right.
Right.
But they're a vendor. The problem is, they'd be better off as a food vendor because of the fee structure for them. To have them as a sponsor is gonna be kind
Right.
of a penalty, I
Right,
think.
right.
So,
So we could,
you could
they
handle-
would be under the food vendor category.
I would think so, even if they're just giving out samples.
Right.
Yeah, because I think to give them a vendor status, or a sponsor status,
Yeah, it's,
I don't know, that's, would be
50-50,
fair.
Yeah.
You understand the difference, under sponsorship?
was
A lot more
200,
money.
200 a
I
night.
just
Sorry.
picked up on that right
Yeah,
there.
okay.
Yeah, so,
If you're
Yeah.
wondering why, we're.
And also, would they be considered a Palm Springs restaurant?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, There's only one way to get there. Well, not really, but
You can come in from Hemet, but I don't think we're advertising that 7-mile walk.
The Idlewild connection.
Idlewild.
well, based on the fact that they're a Palm Springs restaurant,
So are they gonna cook it down there?
you won't be cooking there?
No, everything will be pre-prepared at the restaurant, and it'll be brought down in a locked Cambrio container that actually retains heat phenomenally well. There'll be a chafing dish set up on the table that only our people will serve the public. They won't be serving themselves.
Yeah, the reason I bring that up is because we have so many food booths right now, so many food booths. And if you're a Palm Springs restaurant, we make exceptions. Or I do. So I make a motion that we approve Arena Food Service, top of the tram restaurant for VillageFest to give out samples and promote the tram. I think that's a great idea, which we don't have at VillageFest.
Yeah.
I second, I do too.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Oppose? None? Welcome.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much. Now, this would start
Thursday?
this Thursday.
Yeah, I'll call you tomorrow because you need to get all your paperwork in order. So you would need to get a,
Yeah, it should
We've
be
already
in
got
free.
caseloads waiting.
They'll be gone.
First impression is important.
That's very true. Thank you.
Also, before we go on, if you are approved, how it works is Elaine will contact you tomorrow and give you all the rundown of where you, to meet or to start and any other information you may need. Carmen Jewelry.
Miss Mrs.
Hi. The second name is
Priolo.
Priolo. I didn't want to
Can I
butcher it, so
open
I
this?
didn't.
Do you mind? Or it doesn't matter?
No, that's good.
Oh, do you like to see pictures?
Yes, please.
It's of the booth, of some of the details, and of the studio. And I have invoices upon request. One on.
Do you have one you can start passing around here so we can
Yeah,
look
I
at
could
them?
put it on a tray with that.
Yeah.
Okay,
and just
Maybe
let us
better.
look at them up close.
Are you making your stones?
yeah.
Okay.
Cut the stones. I mean, they're
They're rough stones you're cutting, polishing,
No-
or?
Not the semi-precious stones.
Okay.
These stones, jasper and here, like these little guys. Like these. Wow. Maybe I'll
Mirror.
start, pass this around. Does this take too long?
Where else do you show?
I do shows in the Bay Area.
Like what? What does that mean? Different?
Just the Pacific Fine Art Show
Mhm.
did in Menlo Park. And Saratoga Rotary Art Show. And
And like this particular necklace now, tell me what you do to this.
the stones. And then whoop. And
You buy the stones,
no, not these. These I cut.
you cut that stone and you
Yeah.
make it like that and you drill a
Mhm.
hole in it.
Mm-hmm.
These findings you
These-
buy,
Mm-hmm. Right.
the clasp, you buy this,
Yeah.
and then you string it.
Yeah.
And these
I
crystal-
design basically.
These
the-
crystals you
crystals
buy.
I buy, yeah. So these stones like this.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course here the pearls or things like that. I buy the pearls. You know, This goes with the. And also, these are castings that I have cast, these are my designs, and I have them cast. I don't have the, between the stones.
And you have them cast out of what?
They're pewter, and then I have them gold plated. But underneath it's pewter. Yeah, those are the stones, this mint stone.
How big is the original stone that you get, that you cut that out of?
It varies,
Do you have a,
different, yeah.
do you have a picture or any receipt of the one you buy?
Um, No, this is more the cut. These are more samples of the cut. I mean, that's it. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did. How long have you been doing this?
13 years.
13.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't quite understand how much of this you're hand making yourself.
I make,
Because where we're at, I'm looking at assemblage right now, and we, you know, it's not 75% handcrafted, where you've taken stones and just beaded them. So you need to clarify to me, or the rest of the board, how much work are you doing on the stone yourself
Those-
to shape them, or?
it's those stones, can I come around?
Sure.
It's these stones,
But you didn't tumble these, you just.
these. Yeah, these,
Yeah, these look like handmade.
These, yeah. These, look,
But for instance, these are just strong.
these are pearls, yeah, I can, yeah, sure, they're pearls, mm-hmm. It's because it's in fashion.
So what we need to have on, say, each necklace is 75% of your work,
Mm-hmm.
to where I don't think there's 75% of your work. Hold one of them up. Just pick one out. And
Mm-hmm.
which ones, what stones did you actually shape or cut
These
yourself?
squares, these squares.
The large squares?
And this is something.
So
yeah.
you drilled them, you shaped them, ground them, polished.
Mhm. But on these, I assembled, you know, the pearls and.
Pass these back out later.
Mhm.
Well, I'm gonna make a motion that we, unfortunately have to deny Carmen Prolio Design based on the fact that, they're just assembled and, I don't think you'd have enough there to facilitate a whole booth.
You mean,
With your handmade,
oh,
I second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? Sorry.
yeah, that's too bad. Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks. Claire DeRosa?
Hi.
You're scary looking.
Sorry.
Well, you know what we're after, don't you?
Excuse me?
You know what we're after.
Me? You're after Of course you're after me. Okay. I don't know where to start. Now you scared me.
Well, show us your handmade stuff.
Okay, should I show you like the process of things, like how I make things?
No, just start passing something here so we can see it.
Okay. Okay, so this is very fragile. Okay, so this is coral and pearls, and I buy the coral rough like this, and I make holes in it, and
And you string it on this
yeah,
line.
and then I put the little pearls at the bottom too, like little whatever you want to call it.
But really, the only thing you did to this piece is you drilled holes in it and strung it.
And polished it.
See, and that isn't what we...
Well, that's the coral. Okay.
Do you wanna look at the plan?
Stuff's expensive. This is cost.
I have like very different pieces actually. Like, okay, like this. This is lucite. I have the mold. And one of the original pieces from which I made the mold after. So this is it. That's the original, one of the original pieces. That's the mold.
Okay, you made this,
Yes.
the heart, and then you make the mold.
Yeah.
Press it in
Yeah.
here.
No. Oops. Yeah. Okay.
Do you have any pictures of you doing that?
I have pictures of me drilling and doing other things.
What did you make this out of?
Oh, this is just plaster. I mean, there is something to reinforce at the bottom, you know, like in a cast for the arm. Or something else.
Like what?
You know, like the bottom on the other side. Like this is like the things that they put your arm in it.
Cast.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where else do you show? Do you show now anywhere?
No, actually, I just moved to New York, so I'm really like new. I only sell to stores so far, so you know.
In New
so
York?
that's Well, I have like stores all over the coast in California now, and I have some in Washington and Florida. And actually, I forgot my book. The book I showed you.
What other ones do you do in that lucite?
I have the cross.
What
And they're all signed. So I engrave at the bottom my name.
And you have the mold for this too?
Well, actually, this one is really old, so it's old.
Old. An old
It's in
lucite?
really bad shape.
No, you don't have to. And then what about these? Do you make these round ones?
Actually, no. Those beads, those are I buy those lucite beads. I buy them. I don't know what to show you.
What percentage is this?
Scale. I don't know.
Okay, and then I have like woven. This one is not finished, so it's not finished. It's like a neck piece that goes like this, and then I have to do that.
And
it's-
you do all this?
Yes.
Do you have a picture of you doing this?
No, I don't.
Do you have a receipt of all these jet beads?
I have receipts of, I don't know.
It takes you a long time to do this? How
Oh,
long?
tell me about it.
How long?
This one, it took me at least like 20 hours to make this one. Where is my book?
Is this it?
Oh. Oh, and also I did in New York the Union Square show and the Bryant Park show. So this was in '91, and this one was in '92 in Christmas. I mean, it doesn't have to look like this. It's just an example. Depends on what I have for space. And that's the. It's just really sets of different sets. And this is.
You just moved here?
Yeah, just
Uh-huh.
2 months ago.
Oh, just 2
Yeah,
months?
it's nice.
Uh-huh. Right from New York.
Yeah, I'm so happy to. I moved right, just at the right time. Yeah, that's also. Okay, so those stones in the center like this, those are all polished and cut by me. That's explaining what is now.
This one.
Yeah,
What kind of a stone is that?
this is cornelian.
These pictures of your booth, most of the pieces are strung beads.
No, I have a lot of woven things. I have like the heart is in there, the cross. Can I show you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, the hearts, I mean the crosses are here, the heart is here, then I have more of the lucite pieces here. This was in '91. This year I did like different things. I have also like lucite bracelets that I don't make them anymore.
Well, the reason I bring it up is because my next question was going to be what mostly is your booth? Like what?
Well, this is all mostly like old pieces actually. So I mean every year I change. I mean I have to move on with fashion.
Well, like these just are, I mean, like.
Okay, this I don't make anymore because this is lucite and this is gold plated, and that was way too
So
expensive.
what is your booth going to consist of?
Well, I mean, I make like a lot of these things, and the lucite is doing really well, so I'm going to make more lucite. I mean, I have quite a bit already, but
So you have a bunch of just these pieces, I mean, it's exactly like that, you just do a lot of.
yeah, I have them in like different versions, like 1 heart or 3 hearts, or then the crosses, and then I have the earrings, the cross earrings, and then I mean, I have some other things cooking, but it's not quite perfect yet.
The reason I ask is we need to approve what you're going to sell, and there's such a variation of product on in these pictures. It's hard for me to decide personally.
I know, I like variety.
What exactly you're going. For instance, just strung beads, as you know from.
No,
the
I know,
last-
I know you don't want that, so I wouldn't do that.
But see, even that piece with the hearts on it is hardly 75% hand done. You have 3 hearts you molded, but then the majority of that is the round beads you've bought.
Well, I mean,
And see, that coral one is very nice, but that is just strictly stringing.
Do you shape the pieces, or do you just cut
well,
them?
I break some of them and then I make them, I polish them and then I make the holes, but I mean, that's how far you can go with it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know, I mean, it's pretty natural piece. It's, you know, and then I put the, you know, the pearls in, like at the end of the branches, I make more holes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there is quite a lot of work on it.
So you made this, you polished
Yeah,
this.
Yeah, and then you know you polish it until you get to the hole.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is like a black tourmaline, and this is like the rough piece, and this is when I drill the hole, and then I have to polish more and do like more work on it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's
But just like as this piece, as we were just discussing, this doesn't. Well, that one isn't 75%. I mean, it's just on the. It's just on the line. And this one, you know, it's just if you cut some of these stones or polish them, it's just.
It's pretty much what we just turned
well, I mean,
down before.
there is a lot of work on it, though. I mean, between the polishing and the,
Oh, yeah, there is a lot of work.
Yeah.
I agree.
I mean, and the black piece, I'm never going to do it again.
Oh,
Well, see,
why?
that kind of a thing is what we're looking for, or if you're making
Yeah,
the
I have a lot of.
molds,
I'm sorry.
or if you're making the molds on those, that is something that you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's
see,
that
when
way.
you don't, when you incorporate so little of it,
Because I mean, I have more like woven things, like I mean, it's very different from the black one. That's more like modern looking, and it wouldn't go for the same price anyway. This is also precious stones, also.
well, I know, but see, all of these stones are things you just,
No, I know. I mean, that's why I'm telling you. I have other woven things. It's just, you know, it's just a different type of work. But I know you don't want like just things that are just strong. So, you know, I mean, I have a lot of the other things.
you see,
I
this,
just wanted to give you.
yeah,
the
see, this just
range.
doesn't qualify under
Yeah.
our rules and regulations.
No, I understand. It's just to give you a range of all the things I'm doing. It's not limited to one thing. That's why I'm saying.
I think you're on the right road, you just gotta work on it a little bit
Mhm.
more.
For a small waist.
So you have a lot of products that you didn't bring today to show
Yeah, I
us.
just wanted to bring a little piece of everything and see what you want or what you see, and you know, like give me some guidelines if you. I'm open and flexible.
Well,
So-
I guess what the issue is, say the coral, is that basically you've just you drill a hole in it and you've strung it. So, I mean,
Well, and-
there's
no,
more
but-
to it than that. But
Yeah.
you know, under our guidelines, that would be considered as stringing, which we don't allow bead stringing,
But I,
right?
And assemble.
Hand assemble.
I yeah, but it's like if
know-
you take the branch of a tree and you start doing a lot of work on it, it's still the branch of the tree, and there is some more things. I mean,
Right, it's more, well, the coral's more than just, you know, there is a little art form in putting the different pieces together, the different shapes and creating something out of it. But and the lucite pieces, they are, they're nice. I think one of the issues is that there's not enough of your own work into it, where the rest of the beads you bought are dominating the piece. And so it's not 75% of your work. And so what you would need to do is a little more of your work. But, you know, I'm looking at, for instance, the hearts. Would you hold that one up, Elaine?
Yeah, that's more than 75%.
Yeah, that's more than,
'Cause the
and if
hearts
you,
are really
you put any
heavy.
more hearts on that, I don't think it'd be a good looking item. It'd just be a big piece
Well,
of,
but maybe she could make little hearts or something, or,
Well, no,
or
I
make
like
your
the
own
drama.
shape.
I mean,
Yeah.
I like the drama of it because it's big and bold and, you
But
know.
why can't you
Yeah.
or make them in different colors? If you're molding them yourself, you can do a lot
Yeah.
of different
Yeah.
things.
No, I know. Well, I can do anything. I mean, that's not, you know, I'm
See, when then somebody looks at that, it's yours, your piece, not something that,
Well, I mean, this heart you'll never find it anywhere since I make it. So I mean, and I sign it on top of it. So
yeah.
you know, that's like a unique.
how much do you sell
See.
that one for?
I think it's $98.
Mhm.
Well, that just gets back to what I was saying before. I don't really, just feel that you have enough stock to facilitate a whole booth of your own handmade items at this time. And we can't really approve what we're not seeing. It's like you have just such a variety of pieces, like for instance in your pictures that, so is this like all you're going excuse me, is this all you're going to sell, or is like these?
No, I have a lot of things. I just wanted to bring a little sample of different
But do
things
you
so you
have-
could have an idea. I mean, I have plenty to put out.
Well, maybe what she could do is come back and bring more of what, you know, we want to see. She knows what we don't want to see. You know, she has more items that, you know, we're going to buy. And let's see, you know, a lot of the other stuff. The black jet beads, that's,
Well, I have to finish it. Yeah.
yeah, but if you have other items like that, they would be all right, where it's, you know, they're basically beads, but it's a real ornate pattern you've done with them.
Yeah.
It's not just stringing a loop. So, more stuff like that. And the cross is a little shallow with being 75% with your other beads. But, you know, the coral,
Strung.
strung.
You can go
So-
to coral shops, and, I mean, I know you did a lot of work on it, I'm not criticizing that. But it's something that a jewelry store would look at that and say, well, I can.
Just
I
go
want
out and buy
that.
it.
Similar, not just maybe,
Well,
I think you need to make some more original things and come back. I think you're on the right trail, but you're just not quite there. Do you want me to make,
Well,
would you like to come back?
I would love to come back.
This was a
Okay.
test?
Yeah,
Okay, we won't-
absolutely.
we
Yeah,
won't
because
deny
I
her.
didn't know what to expect. So I mean,
Well, now you kind of know.
now you
so-
know a little bit about me. I'll show you more.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything we're discussing is in the rules and regulations.
I understand.
So-
Yeah, I'm not.
yeah.
So if
I'm
you
fine.
look that over, you can
Yeah.
probably
We-
you could understand a little more, and then
Come
just go
back.
from there.
Okay.
Yeah, we have guidelines that we have to follow, and we've turned so many other people down for similar, but you're more, you know, on top of the fence, borderline, where you need to, you know,
Yeah, the
go
fact,
the other way a little
the fact
bit more.
you cast,
Yeah.
you cast those
Yeah.
lucite
Yeah.
hearts, it makes a big difference. But still, it's not quite
More
there.
casting and maybe some color. No,
Yeah.
come back.
Do we need a motion for that, or?
Well,
just a
She
matter
can,
I think we won't deny her, we'll just postpone her to return.
Okay.
Then, you know what we're after, just bring, you have more items that you didn't bring, so that, you don't have to pay the fees and all the, you know, stuff again to,
Okay, that works.
so we'll
Thank
just
you.
postpone you.
Okay, great.
Is that okay with the rest of the board?
yeah.
Carried over?
Carried over.
Celebrity Books will be next, so if you want to wait till she's almost ready, you're up next.
I can push. Attends.
You're okay, just take your time.
Okay.
You're all right. You're all right.
But you like this, right?
Yeah.
I'll never make it again.
The hardest one.
Yeah, it
you can
was
tell.
like, and you
I'm
cry
interested to see how
after.
you finish it off, what you do.
Well, it's going to be like with a big stone at the center, like, and it's, you know, like you can put it on top of a coat or an evening dress or something like this.
Maybe
Yeah.
15 or 20 of those.
Yeah.
I'll hire you, okay?
I know it's a lot of work.
Because I've seen too where, you know, the basically same idea, but people made pouches out of them.
Yeah, but it's not like this. It's not the same.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Couches.
Oh yeah. So when am I going to get the date?
When you're ready.
When will you
Also-
be ready?
I should call you or what?
Yeah, you call me, let me know, when you're ready again.
Okay. So it could be next week?
Handcrafted stuff, don't call me with just more handcrafted.
No, I know, but
Yeah, I know.
it could be next week?
No, it won't, yeah,
Oh.
it won't be that soon, but
Oh, okay.
We meet about every 2 weeks, if we have a.
Okay, so if I call you back before 2 weeks, I can come back within 2 weeks.
yeah, if we're having a meeting, just call.
Okay. Great.
You have a store on Palm Canyon now?
No, I
Is-
don't.
You're looking at the address.
Yeah.
What is that address you have on there?
It's the where I moved. That's where I'm living.
Okay. Yeah, that's all right. Seems they've just gotten it built up pretty nice. Got it built up nice, the business.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's huge in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I call you within 2 weeks.
Yeah, call me when you're ready, yeah.
Okay.
When the next meeting is.
Yeah, because our next meeting may be within 2 weeks,
Okay.
so don't wait too long,
No, okay.
because then you'd have to wait another 2 weeks if you're too late
I know, I don't
to get
know.
on their agenda.
Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
I don't have any wares to show you, but I think you're all familiar with Celebrity Books on Palm Canyon. And as of yesterday, I'm the new owner. It's simply a change of ownership, and we're planning to keep the store much in the same manner that it's been operating. It's new and used books, specializing in autograph books. And as you know, our autograph signings out on Thursday night, VillageFest, is an integral part of the business. And so we're looking to continue the tradition that Eric already started.
Well, I think having the authors out there is wonderful.
Yeah, and we've got a bunch more. We want to improve that a little bit.
So you're just here to
Just to continue, spoke to Elaine.
Sign VillageFest spaces if you
Right. So I'm coming back to do the same.
Do we have a category for this?
What does that mean?
Is that a motion?
Nothing.
I make a motion.
A
that
little
we
history. I've heard
accept
some of the history.
Celebrity Books.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you
Opposed?
very much.
None?
thank you.
Good luck. Good luck with the new
Good luck.
business.
I'm very excited.
Love your
Yeah.
autograph signings. Good. Keep it up.
TMC. TMC Jewelry, Paintings, and Crystal. Meadowbrook.
Carry a few things up here.
Haven't we filled our allotment of Baltimore Oriole fans? in the event?
I have it because it's orange.
Well, in that case,
That's the only reason why. 99 cents St. Vincent de Paul. And then I do have one large one back here. I don't have any place to lean it.
Well, if it's in the same kind of
I'm just going to show it to you. because
motif as this,
This is one of my
Beautiful, yeah.
yeah.
We actually should bring it over here so it's on TV.
Yeah, exposure.
And photographs. I do all of this myself. I use a lot of antique old tiles from the 30s, 40s, 50s. On this pot, these are a lot of Mexican tiles. I start out with, they're either 3x6 or 6x6 tiles. I do all the cutting by myself. The glass that I use comes in 24x24 sheets. And
do you show anywhere now?
no, I don't. I've done everything that I've done the last 2 years by commission. There's some things in there that I've pretty much just been selling by word of mouth and commission.
What's your price range on, say, your items?
Price
there?
range right here, this mirror $225, this pot $95, small one $75, this one $225, and it's based on materials plus about 10% plus $20 an hour, I figure is what I do, so it's based on the amount of work I put in them. So most of my items are in the $50 to $175 range, and then the larger mirrors, which I usually only have 3 or 4 of those, run about $800 to $1,100 because they're a little more intricate. I cut my own frames, cut my own mirror.
Thank you.
And I usually have somewhere between 20 and 30 pieces at any given time that I keep in stock. The commission pieces I do are usually larger. Like there's a table in there, it's a Matisse. The women dancing is a 42-inch table, yeah, that I did for someone.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So do I have a motion?
Yeah, I think they're nice. I make a motion to approve Meadowbrook mosaics.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pacific Snow.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
I didn't get the thing in the mail, I apologize, so I did bring some.
I talked to you.
Yes. I know. We thought, hey, there's a good crowd here. We
Shave
could make some.
dice.
We could shave it right here.
Yeah, we ask that you please take into consideration the word shaved. Our shavers are block shavers, which I haven't seen down at the VillageFest at all. They're $2,000 machines on our health-approved cards. And you have to
We shave it the
we shave
finest
it
it
the
can get.
best. And you eat it with a spoon. You don't use a straw, and it's not like a snow cone. It dissolves in your mouth. We're doing things with Palm Springs High School Athletic Department through the Boosters Club to generate funds for the athletic department through them. We're doing things through Cat City Athletic Department for the generate funds. We've made contact with James Jesse Park to help their drill team.
So you mean you
funds
use
also.
this booth for fundraising?
Portions, yes.
Portions.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It is not a nonprofit business, no, but we do like to give back to the communities that
Yeah.
we work and live in.
We just have so many food booths and dessert booths.
Yeah, we were down, we've been going down for the last month and walking the VillageFest, and last week there's no one north of Tockwoods with any type of anything as far as sodas or anything. No one north of that. They have produce people, but you have that, the playground area there would be a spot for any type of.
What playground
Where
area?
the big inflatable things are where the kids go and play.
It's not.
Oh, they're not there anymore.
It's not there anymore.
No, it's down, it's been, since December, it's been down on Barista between
The
Palm
restore-
Canyon
the
and
restore-
Indiana.
Okay, but we didn't see anything as far as north of Tockwoods, as far as booths or anything. And, you know, you have people doing shaved ice, but, you know, they use cube shavers, and they pour ice cubes in a container, and it comes out like snow cones. This is shaved ice. This is a real shaved ice. That's, you know, there's no comparison. I'm not trying to put anyone else down, but, you know, shaved ice should be shaved ice. And, you know, we're not here to we like to share and help local organizations out too. It's not about just generating funds for ourselves.
Well, what our concern is that we haven't been taking in any food or any, unless they're a Palm Springs restaurant within the corridor. What we've been doing is putting people on a waiting list, you know, if they weren't within the corridor situation.
So is there a waiting list for this, or I mean, if you're going to be in the event or in the business, I would think they would show up and do their product. But the people that you have doing so-called shaved ice, they haven't even been there.
Right.
You know.
Right.
I think if you're going to be in it, you should be there.
Right, because that's, how many do we have now that are participating or supposed to be participating?
Laverick's doing it, Sophia's been there 10 years, and Lindsay's doing the hot season. And I guess, we were discussing the Hemmingers, I guess, does it during the summer too.
And those are cube shavers.
Well, the two of them are merchants, so whatever, however they do it.
Yeah,
that's, you
there's
know,
more
kinda like
there's
they
more to
do
this
it
than meets the
however-
eye sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, if I don't care, if they buy it and put it in there, that's, if they have it and they're a merchant, that's, we're gonna count it, so.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're using. They're merchants.
Well, at this time, do you want to be put on a list?
Yeah, of course, if we can't get in.
Okay, well,
of course
let's
we
just do
can put it on the
that.
list.
Till the percentages are different? Is that how it works?
So one would have to leave.
Yeah, one would have to leave.
So once you're in this, the Village Fest, you're in forever? Is there a reapplication? So once a person is in, like Sophie, she's in for life, and no one else can get in? Is that the way this is set up?
Correct.
Okay. So it's just like a squatters' rights type thing? Once you're in, you're in?
Yeah, because what we have, we put percentage ratios on different items. So when we get to the, our high percentage on it, we can't facilitate
I see. So a
much
booth-
more.
So a booth that is selling a food and has Cokes on the side, I mean, everyone's selling drinks and Cokes all the way up and down the thing, right?
Well,
I'm
most
trying
of
to
those
get
people that
understanding.
say they're serving Cokes, they're approved for their food product, and the Cokes are supplemental to it. So they weren't really, they didn't come in with Cokes, well, we're gonna do Cokes, but it's just supplemental to their,
Specialty of their product line of
right,
food.
yeah.
Okay.
So that's the best we could do right now.
Motion.
Motion?
I make a motion that we put Pacific Snow on a waiting list
Until one of the other.
until one of the other
Vendors.
vendors that sells ice, shaved ice, leaves.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sue, second it?
Okay, sorry we couldn't do more, our hands are tied. Okay.
That's the funky one that's back here.
Land die? Land die? All right. No, West Coast.
Hello.
Hello. I'll go ahead and start passing these around. I have 100% soy candles. And what I'm passing around to you guys are the jar candles. And I'm also going to pass around a couple of the votive. I'm passing them around without the lids. The lids tend to fit a little tight, and I don't want you guys dropping them trying to get them off. You can probably smell
What's the
them from here.
biggest difference then between a soy candle and?
Well, when I say soy candle, it's 100% soy wax. It's made from pure soy oil.
Will it burn longer or less? Or?
Burns about 40% longer than paraffin wax. It burns toxin-free. It burns soot-free. And it's a renewable resource. It is awesome. It's water soluble. It'll come out of your carpet. I know I've got 2 kids that have spilled plenty of these things. It's just an awesome product. I'm hoping to get in under the miscellaneous category. Under, I think it's aromatics.
Where all do you sell these?
I brought, mostly to families and friends. I've sold quite a few of them at the Desert Hot Springs Chamber and City Hall. Their police force. I've got a lot of their wives hooked on it.
Well, you've just got everything so
So pretty.
professionally done,
Actually, the tags are
Tags.
printed on recycled paper
and
on
labels and,
my printer at home, and I cut them out. Actually, you'd laugh if you knew how many hours it took me to get those to print right. I brought receipts for all the supplies and products that it took to put those together.
Does anybody else make these soy candles?
Actually, I have a partner. About 2 years ago, I met a girlfriend of mine. I brought a letter from her. She is actually located out in Cedar Falls, Iowa. Her and I had a really nasty experience with a paraffin candle, and I set out to look for an alternative. And I met her via the internet, and I ended up taking a flight out to Iowa to meet her. And we did a lot of research, and her and I together came up with this product. And I fly out there now 2, sometimes 3 times a year. This year I've actually flown out 4 times. And most of our work is done out at her place. The weather is a lot better. Here's all my receipts. And there's
The weather is better because why? It's colder?
it's nicer. She's got an igloo right now in her yard. They had a snow a couple days ago. I'm really jealous. Yeah, must be nice. And I actually have.
So when you fly out there, then what, do you make all these candles when you're there for the whole
Yeah, we have
quarter?
we have what we call a pour party. She's got a pretty big house out there, and we've dedicated a whole bedroom. It's lined
I thought she had a teepee.
3 walls,
Igloo.
an igloo.
Igloo.
No, it's
Pictures of
snowing.
you doing this?
No, we don't really have pictures of us. We have, what I did bring was pictures. That's what we call soy flake, and that's just flakes of soy wax. That's
Thank
a
you.
melter. Her husband, that's really a stock pot that you'd like cook tamales and stuff in, that we've welded. It's really probably not very safe, but that's how we melt our wax. And these are actually theater latex makeup that we use to make the molds for those flower pot votives. Those
Which ones?
votives actually fit into these little Anchor Hawking glass containers. If I was to open one up, they're actually in the shape that fit perfectly into this. It was a bright idea that I came up with actually out here in California, and with a little bit of plaster of Paris and some old theater makeup I had, I put together a
Do other people go to her house and do this too?
makeshift. No,
Just you?
yeah, just her and I.
Where else do you sell these?
Just through my home, and I did do 4 or 5 weekends out at COD. Had a really great response. Unfortunately, my candles don't like the heat, and I lost quite a few of them. One weekend, actually, it was just a Saturday, and I had to quit going because it just got too hot.
So I'm looking at this invoice. You have like 2,500 jars?
No, I only have half of that.
There's 6,000 wicks.
Okay.
Well,
'Cause I'm saying, you know,
unfortunately, we have to order huge.
you're doing commercial.
No.
This one's 3,000.
Anchor Hawking, in order to get a decent price, we have to order huge amounts. I only have half of that.
I guess what we're looking at is your operation looks very commercial.
No, not for me, it's not.
Your tags, your presentation, it just,
Oh, no, I print those up at home.
the whole thing.
No,
It's like a laboratory there in this thing.
I think these are kind of different. I like the colors of pastel and they're soft.
if you want to know the God honest truth.
Sorry, Dan.
They
Can't
smell.
help it.
I've
Of course you
taken-
would. Love the smells. They're cute. I love the pastels.
I've taken my tax return for the last 2 years, which has averaged between $3,000 and $4,000, and invested it into my, quote, candle business. It's something that I am very passionate about. It's something that I truly believe in.
And these, soy,
Mm-hmm.
tell me again what makes, why would I wanna buy a soy candle over a regular candle?
Okay, I'll tell you what made me decide to do this.
My what?
Your green clients.
Well, Dan, there's different kinds of candles. You can have paraffin, you can have soy, some
I've
are made
never heard
of,
of
some
a
are made
soy
of vegetable
candle.
wax. While I respect,
Anti-wax,
I
that's
respect,
right.
you know, your candles and the candle business.
Mm-hmm.
We have quite a few candle vendors at VillageFest now, and they're very nice scents. They're, you know, they're pretty, but they're just candles. They're just wax, you know, and that's just the way I feel. We have quite a few candle
But is a soy
vendors.
candle
Unique?
unique?
Yes, it is.
Well, sure, it's just soy wax opposed to paraffin or vegetable
Well,
wax.
soy's supposed to be better than.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Does
just
it burn
that's just
cleaner? Is it?
It
It
burns
burns
cleaner.
100% cleaner.
It's non-pollutant.
Yeah, it's soot-free, it's toxin-free, and they're American-grown soybeans.
Hmm.
Yeah, they're actually grown in Iowa. It's one of their top crops.
Mhm.
And they've done really, really well. Over at COD, they did really well. The residents really liked them, and I've had quite a few calls I've had a couple of calls from Washington, people that had purchased them while they were down here, call up and want to order them. And I don't ship. I don't know the first thing about shipping. But I know the evenings, there's much better weather. So I thought, I'll give you guys a try. It really is a great product.
well, they're very nice. They're very nice candles.
Yeah, it's just, there
Right.
again, we're at our percentage racial of candle vendors.
Don't a lot of people drop out now for summer? Or everybody's still hanging in.
Well,
These one too. I know
Well,
they're
because
gonna melt.
actually their melting point is lower than the others.
Oh, are they really?
Well, that's why they're already melting out the COD.
Well, that's true.
Well, that's in the heat of the day.
That's what I'm saying, but I'm saying, she's saying that the other candles start dropping out. When the other candles start dropping out,
You will too.
Yeah.
No,
Your candles
in
are
the
melting.
evenings they do fine. As long as they're not in direct sun, they do fine. The problem with COD is I would be a standby vendor, and if I was lucky enough to get a spot where I didn't have the direct sun, I did fine. That last weekend I was there, I had a spot that faced like towards the mall area, and I had direct sun all day, and it was just miserable. So it really discouraged me from going back. So I promise not to drop off.
You gonna make your motion?
You guys are gonna bully me if I
No.
do. I
Well-
can just tell.
I might
mean,
side
that's
with
what
you.
understand
I might
here.
side
You
with
guys
you,
know that
whatever
when
you
people
want.
bring candles, I'm looking for something more than wax poured in a bowl.
But these are soy as opposed, like, just like your beeswax lady.
Beeswax lady.
Yeah.
And these, look at these, look like milk
These
of
burn
magnesia.
cleaner than beeswax, by the way.
Hey, I'm just one
These
person.
burn a heck of a lot
Color.
cleaner than
I'll
beeswax.
make a motion to approve.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Aye.
Aye. Now we're tied.
Guys, still not approved. That's what we need, that big one.
Sell us.
Guys, please. Okay, if you want me to. No, I'm serious, you guys. It
I
is
just
Yeah.
deny all
Well-
the other ones, so I decided to go with it this time.
How many candle vendors do we have right now?
You guys don't know how long. This is 2 years in the making, you guys. I've been working.
We have a
on this
lot of
product.
candle, and,
Like I
and
said,
what
I was-
happens is, when we have so many candle vendors, nobody's really making good money.
But do you have anybody that
Because
has
it's,
soy?
you know, everybody's taking home,
Do we have
10
any
bucks a night.
soy
Do you have any
candles?
soy candles? Does anybody in this desert sell soy candles? I
No.
guarantee
I've
you
never
it's a
heard
Soy's
no.
like the new.
not on our
hot thing.
street.
You
Nobody
Nobody
was soy.
in this
Yeah.
desert has soy candles.
I do.
Nobody.
Okay.
This would be
You
the-
do?
do you-
I
do
sell
you-
soy
Do you
candles
sell soy
in my
candles?
store.
Oh.
Do you?
Yeah.
What store do you have?
Crystal Fantasy.
Do you have soy candles? Who makes
One of our, I don't know off the top of my head. We have many
You guys can
candles.
talk later, don't worry.
Is that what you
But that
sell?
is not the issue here at all, and it's nothing. It has nothing to do with me and my personal
Oh my
business.
gosh.
It's just we have
Do
so
they
many
smell
candles
something?
on the street.
Everybody just knows on the board that I'm looking for a twist on a candle, and the soy is a
What
twist
kind of
to an
twist do you want me
extent.
to put on it?
Something artistic, like things inside of them. There's nothing that you do
Oh,
in
it's
your art
dangerous
form.
to put stuff inside candles.
Can you put soybeans inside of them?
Well, if there's a little artistic twist to the candle, is what I look for.
Do you want me to paint on my jars?
That's an idea.
Yes, now see, that would,
I've got
There you go.
somebody that wants to paint on my jars.
well, see, now that would make.
No,
artistic.
don't say that.
What?
It has to, no, her.
Oh.
She said she has
No,
somebody
no.
that will
I
paint
will-
your jars.
I will personally paint on my jars.
Bring them back.
I will paint pretty flowers on my jars.
Well, that changes it.
So let's
Yeah.
do a carryover. Can we go for that?
Postponement?
Postponement. I make a motion to postpone.
Till when?
till you get
Till your
your
next meeting?
little
Bring back some.
painted up.
I will
That it's
paint
original.
all night tonight, I swear.
Do it,
Honestly?
yeah.
Absolutely.
Postpone.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Well, that's not an approval.
I know, but I'm not giving up.
Okay.
50-50.
Okay, thank you.
That's better than most.
Yes, it is.
I think that's the first time.
And I
I've
do
answered.
like your
I've never
candles just
voted
for
for
this
candle,
event. It's
yeah.
just a little
Yeah.
bit different for me.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And yours don't seem to have such a,
Such a.
That's my usual look, I guess.
no, the, you know, some of those candles are,
The smell,
yeah, the lingering.
the
side
aromics.
effects.
Side effects.
No, you do, your colors are very different too.
Thank you.
They're soft, they're pretty.
Yeah, they are.
Thank you.
See, I went with you, aren't you surprised?
Yeah, but we have to stay consistent. You know,
We're
when we've tore,
consistent.
you know, other
Two of
people
us are
apart
here and two are you
for
eating.
the same product. Soy,
Soy, what
Soy.
do you mean? Soy,
come back with some art on it.
yeah.
I certainly will. Thank you very much, you guys. Have a
All
good
right,
evening.
we'll look forward
Thanks.
to seeing you.
Thank you.
DHH, DHSHS.
Desert Hot Springs High School's Renaissance Coordinator.
Okay,
Okay.
One of the students.
Okay, I
have
see
any
that.
students with me because they're all at track practice and things like that, and I don't really know what I'm supposed to say.
Well, I thought you were a student.
Thank you. Okay, well I can go home now. I got my
Yeah.
compliment. No. Thank you.
Approved.
No, I'm the Renaissance coordinator. Let me explain a little bit what Renaissance is, because not all people are familiar with this. It's a program set up by Jostens, you know, the people that do class rings, graduation gowns, things like that. They have a nationwide organization that supports academic excellence. That's all it is. They support academic excellence. There are conferences, similar things that I've gone to, my students have gone to, and it's actually a class. It's considered a leadership class. And we spend our time going around school, having awards assemblies, having rallies, inviting parents in, recognizing teachers, all of these things, all about academic excellence, improvement, grade point averages, scholar athletes, all of these things. And since it is fairly new to this area and we're really trying to bring it up because a lot of people don't know about it, we would like, and I don't know what category it fits under, I guess it would be nonprofit. What we'd like to do is have an information booth out. Basically, the main gist of our table would be to get the word out about us. We would like to pass out brochures. We would like to have a TV set up. Part of our class is we do the weekly news on campus that does the announcements. And we would like to have a TV set up broadcasting all the recognition that's going on our campus. We do prize patrol, we do teacher of the year, we do anything good that's going on, scholarships being accepted to colleges, all of those things go on the TV air. We'd like to have a TV set up broadcasting those things, our night rally, parents being awarded, all sorts of things. We'd like to be passing out the brochures and we'd like to be doing that. We would also, of course, be accepting donations. Anybody who'd like to help support academic excellence, we will never turn money or support away. As we all know, the budget crisis, we need the money as bad as everyone else, or more so. And one of the thoughts that we had from one of our parents was to do a silent auction. And my parent coordinator, unfortunately, works right now and cannot come with me, but she is organizing and getting donations from businesses, and we'd like to have a silent auction as well at our table. Questions, comments, concerns?
Every Thursday?
No, just
Just
next
Just
Thursday.
one time?
Just one
Just
The
one time.
17th?
Just the
Oh, well,
17th,
I-
because
Well,
that's,
we
I make
traded,
a motion.
I'll second.
Yeah.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. Good luck.
You
yeah,
must have been a cheerleader in your younger years.
I was.
She's
But you
even-
know what, as,
She wrote on her hand now, see, I thought,
I do, because I forget things. I'm the French
well, you're
teacher.
supposed to write on.
No, because then when you wash your hands, it washes
Oh,
off.
that's why I didn't pass.
She learned that from the students.
outside.
I'll
Your hands
remember
get
that.
sweaty. It's yeah, no.
Yeah, but the teacher will see it if it's on the outside.
Well,
It's not even French like she.
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
No, I am the French teacher. I teach the upper level French, and we have shows tomorrow night and Thursday night. So I'm a little wired because we've been rushing all day, and I'm rushing off now to buy costumes. So
Good.
thank you.
good luck.
Bye.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Bye.
Thanks.
I thought she was.
Brain freeze.
Well, I feel stupid walking up here now. You know.
Turn down the other shave ice people.
Would you like to get on our list?
Elaine, I've been on the list.
Brain
I've
freeze.
been on the
Oh,
list.
that's
You
right.
have?
Quite a while.
She contacted
Yeah.
me years ago. So I was going to get officially on the list.
Yeah.
Okay.
Officially on
So
the list.
theoretically, she'd be ahead of the other person we just put on the list?
Yes, please.
And what is so special about your shaved ice?
You know what? I don't know. Hula dancers.
Whoa.
We could
In the ice?
In the ice?
Or approved?
Not a lot.
With the little heads bobbing back and forth?
Uh-huh.
Is those the ones you're talking about?
I thought she was gonna say we had
Soy ice.
better,
Soy ice?
Oh, yeah.
No.
or better flavors topping.
I do. I actually have
Kahlua
49
and
flavors
different
with ice cream in the bottom.
Soy ice.
Soy ice.
Soy
I'm
ice.
just getting used to soy sauce.
I figure, I got 4 teenagers I drive to the street for every week. I might as well be there.
Be
doing
there working.
something,
You know the
you know?
Yeah.
Shaving ice. The kids would help me work the booth. Really, I put my daughter will hula dance out in front of the booth to Hawaiian music if you want.
Exploitation.
So what do you want me to be
Will
on
we
the
make a
list?
motion,
or-
make a motion
Yeah.
to put you on the list of ice shavers?
Okay. Now, was I not already on the list,
You
or?
hadn't come to the meeting, so I had you in my book.
Oh, I see. Okay, so this is official now,
Yes.
on the list. Okay.
What is the order of it now? Would she be first then, since she's been on
She contacted me, yeah.
the previous
years ago,
list?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have
Okay.
an understanding, so there won't be chaos.
Yeah.
Okay, now let me ask you a question. As the street fair grows, I mean, if it does grow, is there chances to add to instead of replace the current vendors?
It's not gonna grow any bigger than what it is this year.
Okay,
Not gonna ever pass
And
it.
right now, we're pretty much at capacity.
okay,
You never know when your shaved ice might come out.
okay. All right. So I feel silly standing up there. Okay,
Well, no, now you're officially on the list.
now I'm officially on the list.
Yeah. Sorry to put you through all this just to get on the list.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Thank you.
On the list.
Are these added or they're just not on this?
Those are all added starters. These are all the ones that came in after.
Okay,
Thursday.
so do I have a motion for added starters?
I'll make a motion that we have added
I'll
starters.
second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None? Add 'em.
Go ahead and just, you want to start calling?
Okay. Chris Chu,
Christy King.
Christy Keen Productions?
Could shoot.
Christique.
Christique.
It's Christy and Unique all together.
Okay.
Oh, Christy
It
Keen.
threw me a curve there.
Yeah. And this will be real quick. Okay, this is a show that we are doing, my group, my production company's doing at the Annenberg Theater.
Okay.
On the
Oh, I saw
20
your ad in the paper.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Just so you know, people
That's
see your
good.
ads.
Yeah, and I brought it to the Desert Post Weekly, and we've done Palm Springs Life. We've done a TV show that's airing right now. All promoting the show.
You wanna do this one time?
Well, I would, depending on I don't know how much it costs, depending on how much it costs, I'd love to do this Thursday and next Thursday, but if it's too, I don't know, so if it's not too pricey, I'd do 2, if otherwise I'd just do that next week.
What would that cost them? What category are we in? for,
Here's a couple of the back postcards. The show?
you profit or not, are you non-profit, profit?
Well, yeah, for the show, we do charge for the show, tickets for the show.
Is your corporation non-profit, or your?
No, it's not.
Okay.
And just really to, we just.
Yeah, are you gonna have any
Yeah,
entertainment?
all three of us are gonna be there.
Okay.
Because, well,
entertainment.
maybe we should talk pricing at some other time and not now, or
Well, it's not just like the Crossroads being out there dressed in
Oh,
the
okay.
Renaissance.
productions being dressed out there in the Renaissance stuff.
Yeah, it's adding entertainment value to the
Right,
event.
so we would consider it as entertainment.
I would, yeah.
Yeah, we're
As
not gonna do
advertisement,
a
entertainment.
performance because it
Yeah.
would just be,
No.
so
But-
involved.
So what
But
does
I
that
was
So-
wondering if we could have a TV as well, like that lady just talked about, because I could show the TV show. It's airing right now on Fox 11. It's been on already several times.
Because basically it'd be the same thing
They
as
would
that
just
the
play it.
Renaissance
Yeah.
people did.
So what does that mean to her? She's asking money,
Entertainment.
free
Well,
entertainment? So she doesn't.
That
have to pay?
Elaine could probably tell her later on.
Oh, all right.
Then it's a determination if they're gonna do it one time or two time.
Yeah.
All right. I make a motion that we accept Christique Productions for 2 times the VillageFest. You should want. All right.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank
Opposed? None opposed.
Thank you, thank you.
Good luck.
Okay, hope to see you there.
Good luck.
Thank you.